Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Gimme That podcast. This is Gimme Grant, and I'm joined alongside Dr. Gimme in his scrubs. We got Gimme Gainey.
What up?
And we have a new guest on this episode. Give it up for Kahari Whitaker.
Woo!
Give me that chocolate. Give me that chocolate. Hey. I tell y'all done added some flavor.
Let's go.
Wow.
Again, dots. More than one flavor.
I got to say, Kahari has been a highly requested guest on the Gimme That podcast. He's a very good friend of ours. One with maybe...
Highly requested, but has he even listened? That is the real question.
I be listening.
Yeah?
I don't listen. I can tell you.
I mean, I saw the follower came in just about 10 minutes ago on the Instagram.
Because
so I don't know.
I thought I had followed, but I didn't.
I don't know.
Maybe you accidentally unfollowed.
Maybe. That's probably what happened.
Man, I hate when that happens.
I think that's what happened.
Dang it.
Terrible.
So we are very excited to have Kahari on. Kahari, why don't you just give the listeners, many of them will know you, but some will not know you. Give them just a little background, who you are, what you do, how'd you get here, and maybe even how you know us.
Already, grand. The way I know you guys. I'm just kidding. No. So pretty much I've known Johnny since we were younger. We grew up in the Christmas pageant. So, I mean, and going to the same church and stuff. And then I went to high school with Pierce. And then I met you on a cruise.
Shout out.
You should tell the people, though, the first thing I said to you.
Oh, we're going to save that. We're going to save that to the
end. That was a
end.
great introduction into who I am. I mean, the way you said it.
It is. Just you gave them a little tease. Now they have to listen to the whole episode.
Ooh. To hear what it is. Ooh, I like that.
Sneak peek.
There you go.
Kahari, what do you do for a living?
I sell cars. I sell Lexuses.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Is it Lexi or Lexuses?
No, it's Lexus. So I sell cars.
But how do you say Lexus plural?
Lexi.
Nobody
says Lexi.
I would like to buy some Lexi.
Dang, that means you got some money.
Hey. Dang.
Shout out to all the sponsors because I got money.
Maybe money? Lexus is the next sponsor.
Oh.
Speaking of sponsors, for those watching, you'll see these cute beer bottles on the table. For those not watching, I'm holding a 10-ounce Secute amber glassed beer bottle. New sponsor alert. Pierce Gainey, a.k.a. Gain Dog Breweries.
Yeah. This is, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Kahari. Thanks for the enthusiasm.
Here.
Cheers to that. Yeah, so alongside my brother, we brewed a new beer. This is the third batch that I've done so far. This is a golden ale, as they say, and it's quite good. I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on it. I
gotta say, upon first sip, very tangy, very hoppy, and the maltiness has a nice density.
Ooh, wow!
Your
vernacular right there was just
would recommend this beer.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I would say, for me, I notice it's a very good blend of, like you said, Grant, the maltiness and the tanginess. The first thing I thought when I drank this beer is that I want to have it next to a fire in the mountains. I think it's the perfect beer for that, and I wish I was there right now. Wow. But I love it.
I like that. Thank you.
I think you should make more.
Thank you. Maybe I will. Kahari? You could be brutally honest.
Bro, you come on. Let's be honest. First of all, you knew you guys were going to get me on this podcast when you told me we were going to be trying beer. You knew that's what was going to get me here.
That's actually why I told Pierce that you probably ended up driving out here.
Definitely. Free beer, I'm there. I honestly, it's very hoppy, which I like. I like a lot of hops in my beer. I like IPAs, so this definitely, and it's an IPA, like you said, right? And it has a little hint of soy sauce, which is like hibachi.
My wife is gonna love hearing that.
It's hibachi in a beer.
Hey, you know what? James Gainey's gonna love hearing that.
He is Gain Dog. Shout out Gain Dog. That's my father.
There is a little bit of that. I think the tanginess is the soy, and it's on the back end, and it's really nice actually.
Yeah. Well, this was about a month and a half long process to produce these. So I hope you enjoy them because my brother and I, we put some blood, sweat, and tears into these.
Can you, in a minute, talk about a month's process and what it looks like for the people who have never brewed beer or thought that you could even brew beer out of your own house?
Yeah. I use 5-gallon buckets you get from Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever, So a quick overview. You have basically all your ingredients and you brew the beer in like a big kettle almost. And you do that with the hops and the malts and grain and all that good stuff. And then you put it into, you got to cool it down. That's called wort. Wort is unfermented beer. So then you put that into your bucket and you add yeast, which will make it ferment. And you seal it up. And depending on what kind of brew you're making, it takes a certain amount of time. So this one was about 3 weeks of being fermented. And then after that, you bottle it basically. And then once you bottle it, it's got to like set in the bottle for about a week or two to let the carbonation build up. And then throw it in the fridge and serve it ice cold. Wow. Very quick overview. I may have missed some steps, but
I got to say, I'm pretty impressed. And I'm curious to know, is there something about drinking this and seeing other people drink and enjoy it that makes it almost taste better than just going out and like buying your own beer?
For sure.
Even if you actually know that there are beers that you enjoy more, there's got to be something about like I made beer that...
Definitely. It gives me joy. It gives me joy to see people enjoying your creation. And I'm sure my brother would say the same because...
Yeah, shout out Preston.
He did.
Shout out
he
Preston.
did help. He helped tremendously on this one. So
Does Preston actually listen to the Gimme That podcast? Is he going to receive that shout out?
he probably won't, to be honest. The only gimme in my family is really my father, and he's a true gimme. I mean, I tell you what, he calls me after the episode drops every week. It's like, I loved it.
I love that.
I was so on it.
I think he's a day one, just like Kahari, right?
Day one, baby.
Day one.
Every day, all day.
Hey, speaking of Gain Dog, he's a big promoter of us getting some merch, and we've talked about this. Kahari, did you happen to see any of the brief merch mock-ups that I made?
He
I
didn't
have not,
because he
Grant.
didn't follow us.
Please show it.
I want to show you right now.
It was in between the times when he accidentally unfollowed and then followed us.
Guys,
that's
yes,
right.
cut me some slack, please.
Okay, so these are very brief mock-ups. So if you've seen them, then you know the ones I'm talking about. The first one I'm showing Kahari is the one that just kind of has Give Me That podcast kind of stacked in a couple different colors. This is not final, but this was option one.
Really, y'all couldn't use me as the model? I don't know. You guys found this random black dude off of Google.
Followers only.
Wow.
So we had
I'm
this one,
impressed.
and then we had that as just a different option. Totally different style. One is a little bit more like fashion. The other is a little bit more like just like kind of marketing more so.
I got tattoos too. Why y'all couldn't use me?
Oh my God. Okay, enough about you being not being the model. If you had to choose, just you don't even have to like one a lot, but if you had to choose between the two, what would you say?
I like black shirt clothing, so I'd probably go with the Gimme with in white print on the black shirt.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that second one looks like Target.
Oh.
I like the first
Hey, don't hate on
Target's
Target,
nice.
man.
Target
Dude,
does have
some
good
good
clothes.
fellow
groceries.
Groceries?
You
No.
grocery shop at Target?
Yeah.
You got a super Target out there?
Hey, hey, that's
you grocery
actually.
shop?
You know what? That was an unexpected hot take. Target, grocery store or not?
That's a grocery
No.
store. What
No
are you guys
way.
buying at Target?
Not groceries.
You grocery shop at Target?
For snacks. But like Colgate, my mouthwash. Yeah, I go there for.
Yeah, that's not a grocery store.
I consider those groceries.
Is a CVS
They're
a grocery
essentials.
store?
Well, that's
No.
So
Well,
same
then-
thing. They sell the same stuff.
Carl, your logic is backwards.
But it depends on how much stuff you're buying at Target.
Dig yourself out,
Let
man.
me ask y'all a question. What are you guys purchasing at Target? Like for real?
Like,
Clothing?
Clothes. There's
sometimes
there's
appliances.
stuff around the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
A lot of
clothing-
a lot of people's wedding registries is from Target.
What clothing are you purchasing at
Goodfellow
Target?
and Co.
Goodfellow,
They have
yeah.
good jeans, great underwear, undies.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, great,
Oh.
good undies at a good price.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll take
I
that.
Actually,
usually-
you know what? No, wait, those
Oh,
are fruit of the fruit.
so
sorry,
awkward. Wow.
fruit of the loom.
I don't think I've ever went to the men's aisle at Target.
You're missing out.
I think you need to give it a shot. Just give it a shot.
You know what? Other than the fact, like, I don't even care they don't shop there. Target's not a grocery store.
I agree. It's not a grocery store.
Are we talking about Super Target or just Target? Because you can buy groceries from Target.
I mean, honestly, I would say
Normal Target.
even Super Target, I'm not like, yes, that's my grocery store.
Kahari, fill in the blank. You're at your apartment or your house. Sorry, you say, babe, the refrigerator is empty. We need to go to
Wild Fort.
What?
Wild Fort.
Okay. So,
But
there
there are some essential items that we do get from Target, but Wild Fork is primarily where we shop, or Publix.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but that's a grocery store. Those two. Publix, grocery store. Target. What do you call that?
No, but seriously, you guys didn't answer my question. He said clothes.
Target seems kind of like a wide scale convenience store. Like on a mass, it's like CVS on steroids, but like really on steroids. Like they added multiple departments, but it's not. If you asked someone that went there what their, like the average person, their primary reason for being there, it was probably not be groceries. They might pick up a few things along the way, like you said, but I would say that you might not get a lot of support on this one. Sorry, brother.
Well, let's take a poll.
We will.
Gimme followers that I just became one of. Let us know what you think. What are you guys purchasing at Target? And I want to know what the comments are because I feel like I've been left out. Thank you.
Hey, speaking of hot takes from Kahari, he's got another one for us. He gave us a little precursor. I'm very interested to hear what he has to say. Going back to a couple episodes ago, Jeremy Taché said that Taylor Swift, hot take, is or could be the Bruce Springsteen of our generation as far as a songwriter goes. Kahari has a hot take in the same industry, very different artist, but take it away, my friend. What do you got for us?
I just feel like I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and no one has really agreed with what I've been saying. I actually had this conversation with Taiwo probably about a week ago. We were texting. I said, bro, I was like, would you agree Drake is the Michael Jackson of our era? He said, absolutely not. Ooh. And he goes, why are we comparing artist to artist? I said, bro, you're thinking too deep. I'm literally just saying the popularity that Michael Jackson had, Drake is right there in today's era. Who is putting out more consistent quality music that we all can enjoy? I mean, you don't even have to like know Drake's albums. You don't have to know a lot of Drake's songs, but when you're in the club or when you're out at a bar and Drake's song comes on, I mean, you feeling swaggy. You feel like, okay, like I see you. So like, I just feel like no other artist has been putting out as much music and consistent and quality. Those are the three words as Drake. So, but y'all tell me what you think.
Are we talking just straight popularity though?
So that has
or you go back to your three that you just said. Consistent, popularity.
Consistent. Did I say popularity? I said
earlier.
Consistent, quality.
Quality.
And there is one more word. I don't think I said popularity. You'll have to, when you're editing, you'll have to put that in, what I said. But consistent, it was consistency, quality. And if I said popularity, but either way, I just feel like who else is up there with Drake? I mean, I guess you could throw Bruno in the mix, but I mean, different music, you know?
So the person I thought of that probably equally puts out hits, equal in popularity and talent is probably Beyonce.
Dude, I was literally thinking in my head, I said either Bruno Mars or Beyonce.
Bruno, I don't know if Bruno's there yet.
Honestly, I think he is. And shockingly enough, as much as I love Beyonce, I don't feel as if I feel like Drake is, like, he's just like Mount Rushmore, but like he's on his own Mount Rushmore. It's just Drake. Different versions of Drake. You got Drake, you got Aubrey, and then just Drake. I don't really feel like anyone else is up there with him. Ed Sheeran was doing good at one point, but when's the last time Ed Sheeran put out some good
All right. So as far as, let me backtrack at least one question. What is it about Drake on like a personal sense to you that like because you're also a big Michael Jackson fan. So like you're not just like throwing Michael Jackson, like you understand and know kind of the height of fame that Michael Jackson was at. So what is it about Drake, I guess in a more specific sense of his like consistency in his sound? Because like from my perspective, like I think Drake is great, but I really always see like one dimension of a performer. It's really just kind of, you know, vocals and music, but there's not like the whole dance aspect, or like I don't think he's going to like wow you outside of his like.
I mean, you weren't wowed by his acting.
Oh, yo, I'm so sorry. I've actually never watched. So yeah, I guess like give a little, because to throw a statement out like that, you have to have like a very personal connection to Drake.
I actually like that you said that. So with that said, yes, I do. I don't necessarily think that Drake has like Michael Jackson talent as far as like performing and stuff. But if you think about it, as far as like quality, that's like my biggest worry with Drake. I feel like he does not give us like mediocre stuff. I feel like every time he's putting something out, in my eyes, I feel like it's a banger. I don't feel like it's like, it was all right. Like I feel like it's a genuine good song. And so many different artists, like, you know, of different ethnic backgrounds and different genres, they are all want to be featured with Drake. I mean, you got Bad Bunny.
Hey.
And like all these other artists that are. He's even good friends with like Millie Bobby Brown, whatever her. Wait, what's her name?
That's
Millie
it.
Bobby.
That was right.
Yeah,
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, 11?
He's
11?
11. He's good friends with her.
Yeah, but there was like, I don't know. There's something weird going there.
You trying to call him R. Kelly?
I mean, you love R. Kelly though.
He kind of like, he really, if he has any interest in like any area of like pop culture, he's not afraid to like pretty much like say it. Like
he's the ultimate fan of everything.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he was like Zion Williamson was getting famous because like Drake followed him on Instagram before he even like went to Duke or anything like that. And like
I didn't even know that.
And that meant something to people. He was like, whoa, this kid must be good because Drake's following him on Instagram. I mean, I don't know. That's just the age we live. But like, I feel like Michael Jackson today, if it was that same, you know, peak of his career, would be insane with the amount of social media. Like,
I'm going to backtrack real quick, only for a second. I love Drake. I do. I do not think Drake has girls fainting at his concerts the way Michael Jackson did. People were literally taking off stretchers before Michael even performed. Michael just went, and like, girls are, wait,
can you do that one more time?
I think even if people are listening, they know the Michael Jackson
exactly.
move, and it speaks to how iconic he is.
But what I was going to say is, as far as, okay, so I'm not a big fan of this guy, but a lot of the girls, a lot of TikTok girls, a lot of the white girls, they love Harry Styles. So
Sure.
they go crazy about Harry Styles. Even, I mean, he did his own thing. He separated and, you know, he's watermelon sugar. You know, like, they love him. But that's the thing. If Harry Styles had the Drake popularity, he'd be up there with Michael Jackson, I think.
So,
I'm just saying.
I have another question then.
And if Ed Sheeran wasn't ugly, he'd be up there too. Great voice, though.
Okay. So, question then. Because one of my thoughts on, like, if we are putting Drake on the same pedigree as Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson, you know, he put out songs decades ago that are, like, you listen to it today. Like, anytime I hear, don't stop till you get enough. It's like, it's timeless.
it is.
I hear Drake songs now. They're hits. I can't deny the fact he's put out 30 hits, 40 hits, and he's going to keep doing it. Are they timeless? Like, when we're like 70 years old, you know, hopefully having another Gain Dog brew, are we going to listen to a Drake song?
Cars gonna hear that.
Did you talk to Tywell before we got to this podcast?
No, I
That's
didn't.
literally what his text messages said.
Is it timeless?
He doesn't feel like it's timeless. He doesn't feel like we can look back a few years from now or even when we're older and be like, wow, what a hit. like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Like obviously, like that's a song you listen to and you can just groove your thing, a little bit. But I honestly don't know.
Okay, if you were to sing, you had two choices between Drake, Michael Jackson for a karaoke song. Which one are you going to choose?
Michael Jackson's gonna be more fun.
And it's probably more of a crowd pleaser.
So
It
does
is.
that just
I think that answers your question.
Yeah, I think so.
So I guess another hot take. Is it just that I love Drake or
Yes.
It sounds like it.
You know what, Kahari? I recommend that you go and listen to the last episode of the Gimme That podcast because we talked about.
I actually did listen to the last episode.
So we talked about how you might have a favorite music, and it's not even that it's bad music, but there might actually be better music. However, there is someone or a genre that you just like can't help but want to listen to all the time, puts you in the best moods, gives you the best kind of nostalgia, whatever. For Johnny, we called it was 2010 Jingle Ball. So pretty much like Jay Sean, Ayaz, Jason Derulo, all those
Hold on,
all
whoa,
those
whoa, whoa.
songs.
I gotta cut you off. I definitely know you Googled that. There's no way you remember 2010.
I went.
And you remembered all the artists that performed?
Yeah, it was like, it was who was I'm sexy and no, what was it?
LMFAO.
LMFAO was there.
Wait, how does that song
Is
go?
Ayaz Replay?
Wait.
Is
Huh?
Ayaz Replay?
Ayaz was replay.
Can you sing that one for us? Shawty. Like
Shawty like a melody.
Shorty is a melody in my head that I can't get.
So that was Johnny. So those are hits. I mean, and I would say Drake is better than them. Mine was like pop punk, early 2000s alternative.
Love it.
And right, you love it too. Even though we know it's not like good music, but man, does it make you feel good.
It's very nostalgic.
It's such simple music. There's not a lot of complexity. There's not a lot of artistry, I'd say, in the music. So with Drake, I mean, I think he would definitely be above the two categories we just named. However, for you, that might just be your vibe. And he's probably never going to, in my opinion, reach the level of fame. Like Michael Jackson was global superstar, probably the most famous man on earth at some point. I don't know if Drake will ever be that.
You know what? What else is... Well, Beyonce, by the way, when she does perform, she's global. Like, people in other countries...
She is.
They love her. But, random, when you were talking about early 2000s, remember I used to say alternatives, but alternative music.
Alternative music.
Remember I used to say that? Alternative music.
what? Okay, wait.
Hold on, but alternative music. I love working out to Smash
Alternative.
Mouth.
Smash Mouth.
Hey now, you're a rock star.
Get your game.
Is that when you're setting like personal records? Like
Exactly.
Somebody
wants to be the world was gonna rule me.
I think it's Omi, but it's okay.
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Dude, I love working out to that. I don't know why.
I love seeing you sing. I mean, just right there, that was beautiful.
I gotta say, you
appreciate that.
you probably have more charisma than the three of us combined.
Oh,
I wouldn't say that.
I would say that.
At least when you
I've seen you perform karaoke. I've seen you dance.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So would
way
y'all
out of
call
my
me?
element.
So, like, is it safe to say? And this is not cancelable culture.
you're the Michael Jackson of our generation.
Not just well, what an honor. But like, I'm like honey mustard to like y'all mayo. Like it's like a mayo podcast, and I'm like the honey mustard.
What are you saying about that?
I'm honey mustard. Like,
What do you mean by that,
add
bro?
a little bit of flavor on a sandwich. That's all. This is the bread.
Wait, so mayo
honey
doesn't
mustard.
doesn't add flavor?
No, it's
Oh,
just
I love
about
mayo.
no.
Do you eat mayo on your sandwich? I love
What
mayo
kind
on
of
my
sandwich we talking?
I like
'cause
it
I
on
don't
my
eat-
burger.
I don't do it on
I
my
think
like it on my
I think
cold
mayo
cut.
is just about the texture.
I like it on my cold cut too.
Yeah, see, I'll eat a cold cut with mayo.
Cold cut. You don't like mayo on your burger?
Nah.
None of you guys.
No, I like mayo on my
Okay.
burger.
It's not preference, but I won't ask for them to take it off. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
But it's not.
upset
But I'm
about
not. I'm not asking them to put it on.
Okay. All right.
I'm like in the middle.
You just take it.
You're our honey mustard. All right, honey mustard.
Oh, man. Honey mustard.
I
I don't even like honey mustard.
mustard.
Hey, I don't even like honey mustard, though.
Oh, I don't really either.
I mean, either.
I'm glad you're our honey mustard, though.
Chick-fil-A, I get that Polynesian.
You don't like that
it's
Chick-fil-A
It's
stuff?
Chick-fil-A.
No, I like Polynesian.
Johnny Jones is losing.
I just love that man.
You gotta watch the
honey
video,
mustard
everybody,
to the
because
mayo.
Johnny.
Oh.
I didn't even notice, but Johnny
I'm
just.
crying, man.
Polynesian.
Hey, how good is this beer?
It's pretty good. Yours looks like it's. Got to drink a little there.
Gosh.
Oh, Grant.
But can I say this too? And I'm not overtaking the podcast here, but I want to say
Take
this.
it over.
Honestly, like being sincere, honestly, if you keep experimenting, I think that you're onto something. I think you can make some money.
With the beer?
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay.
That was.
Casamigos.
What?
Casamigos.
Casamigos?
Is that the,
Casamigos.
the name of the name of the
telling us
brewery?
we're Mayo.
Casamigos.
I thought you were just didn't know.
Is that the name of the brewery? Casamejo's Brewery.
Casamigos?
Casamigos.
Casamigos. With a hint of
I was thinking.
soy.
I was thinking, if that was the brewery, the name of this beer, if it's an IPA with a little bit of soy, you could call it Soy PA.
Oh, right. That's
Right?
good.
Soy
Trademark.
All right, so actually, it's funny we're talking about this because in my family group chat, we were talking about if we opened up a brewery, what would it be called? So there's a few options that like came through, and you mentioned something earlier that I don't think anybody mentioned. Can you throw that on me again?
Yeah, I mean the one that just on the forefront of my mind, Gain Dog Brewing Co.
I mean, that's nice. My dad goes by Gain Dog. At my wedding, my dad's wedding, my brother's wedding, it was the Gain Dogs. So
I'm just saying,
that's a good one.
little
I
little
like
hat that says GBC.
Wow.
I would just like to be featured on the menu, but I will not be available
your honey
for
mustard?
happy hour because I'm not
Soy PA.
discounted.
Soy PA.
I'm not discounted, so I won't be on your happy hour.
Would I get a sponsored Lexi?
That's if I'm still there,
All right, deal.
but we'll see at that time.
Deal.
But just put me on the menu.
Okay.
I don't know what you would call me.
A honey mustard.
I don't know, but I don't like honey mustard. I can't be a porter either because I don't like porter beers. They're too sweet.
Kari, I gotta say, your voice sounds so good when you talk into the mic.
Boom, roasted.
It really does. There's a nice warmth to it.
But am I not talking into it?
Right there,
Into
right
it
there.
enough?
right now, you're not talking into it.
Jesus.
You look at us. Just lift it up a little higher for you.
Just talk right into it.
Tilt the mic. There you go. You can tighten the screws. Don't worry, this won't be in the podcast.
All right, we're good.
Definitely leaving in the podcast.
Yes.
So since we're just on the conversation of hot takes, coming into this, I was thinking, okay, we have an evenly divided room. We have room of 2 non-dog owners and 2 dog owners. And I don't know about Johnny, but at least from my perspective, my wife really, really, really wants a dog. And I love dogs. I pretty much love all animals. I'm not even a cat or dog guy. Like, I love them both. We'll get a dog eventually. But I'm all about, like, it is not the right time, and I want to wait. You can always get a dog. Like, they're always there. They'll give you them for free sometimes if you want that one. And then we're not going to get into the whole do you adopt or do you buy? We're not talking about that right now. I just want to know from the dog owners, and we'll see if your wives are listeners of the podcast. Did you make the right choice in getting the dog when you did, or do you wish you would have pushed it off even like 6 months, a year, whatever?
You want to go first, Pierce?
You got it.
So, no, I don't regret getting my dog at all.
What's your dog's name and what kind of dog?
Bentley, and he is an Australian Labradoodle. I don't know why Johnny's over there laughing, but
Do you love the dog yourself, though?
no, I really do. I do. I think the only frustration I run into not the only. There's a few. But one, it's my wife's dog, hands down. I mean, he clings to her 24/7.
Really? Because he humped me one time.
So
Me too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
Honestly, but he really is not a humper, though. He does, other than those two
Again,
incidents,
compliment.
he's humped you guys.
He's a Mayo guy.
I don't know if it was, he is a Mayo guy. Apparently, he loves my wife, too. But anyways, no, that's the only thing, though. He's just very clingy. Like, he clings to my wife, like, a lot. And, like, to me, it's like, we'll be in the same room. She'll walk out. Like, he forgets that I'm all there. Like, he doesn't even care. So, I'm like, why did I buy you? Like, I should never bought you type of deal.
Gotcha.
But I love him at the end of the day. It keeps her happy.
Pierce, Kahari gave his piece.
I don't regret it. Dogs are a lot to handle. It's like a kid. You always got to be thinking about the dog. Like, oh, can't be gone for too long because I got to let it out. Can't go travel this weekend because someone has to watch the dog. And they're expensive. But I don't regret it because, one, I do love when I come home and he's like howling at me. I have a husky, and
He
his name
howls
is-
at you?
Yeah, he howls a lot. And that's a little bit annoying. He like barks. It's just very talkative. Huskies are very talkative animals. So,
PSA.
yeah, you just got to do some research on the animal that you're getting. But I don't regret it. It's really awesome. I really love my dog. So,
Ready to
So
start?
I have a follow up to that.
Mhm.
But before, Johnny Jones, have you felt any pressure, or have you even wanted a dog yourself, or are you just kind of like, for stage of life right now, it's just easy to not have one, and when we want one, we can make that choice.
I'm kind of along the same line as you, where I would love a dog at some point, but I really do think that right now, I don't know if it would work. I like the time. I like the ability to kind of leave and come back, and so
Johnny, let me say this. I can see you and Gabs with a Frenchie. I
Like
don't
a
know
French
why.
bulldog? That's
that
what-
seems like the Miami style where you're living. I see it.
I see a corgi.
Honestly, I definitely see the corgi.
dude, I'd love a corgi.
That's gonna be PTSD for when Pierce signed me up for corgi. What was it?
Morning corgis.
Morning corgi.
Oh.
Every morning, I would get a text message of a corgi or a freaking golden retriever. Was it golden retriever too?
I mean, were you upset about it?
Okay, wait.
I
Wait.
couldn't tell who
Hold
did
on.
it.
Hold on, Car. Pierce, give like 30-second backstory on that.
So I found this service where you could sign people up with their phone number, and it would, for a month, every single day, it would send them a picture of a corgi. And so I signed everyone I knew up. I mean, I signed everyone up. And Kahari's, I think, the one that was most bothered by it. I mean,
Even though you can unsubscribe whenever you want.
I don't know how I didn't know how to.
I don't think you could,
I was like,
actually.
damn, why
Oh,
did I get another picture of a corgi? Did you do it to your parents, though?
I did it to everybody, I think. Some people's phone numbers wouldn't work, but yours...
It had to be AT&T or Verizon or something
it had to
at
be,
the time.
yeah, it had to be something weird.
Standard
but-
data rates apply.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely did. But man, Morning Corgi was.
Were you
was
part
a
of that?
great
Hey,
invention.
let's bring that back. Oh, dude, I think I got hit with the Goldens. I don't know if I got the corgi. I probably did.
If you would like, guys, if you would like, ladies, gentlemen, if you would like to be a part of Morning Corgi, just drop your number right in our DMs. Just slide right in there. Drop your number. We'll send you a corgi every morning.
We'll be happy to for a month long,
Free of
30-day
charge.
Free of
subscription.
charge.
Okay, so now that I know where everyone stands on the matter of the canine, I would like to know if I'd have said, all right, $10,000.
So,
You don't even know what I'm asking. No, you know. $10,000, you would have to... Now, like, this isn't like a abandon your dog, leave him on the street. This is like $10,000. He goes to another home. He's got a great life, whatever. 10 grand.
10 grand.
Even if you took that other 5 grand or whatever it cost, you don't have to tell us how much your dog costs, but like you took whatever money and you put it towards a new dog and kept the change.
Just some quick math real quick.
10 is too small.
Well,
in my opinion.
for you. So, Kahari, you sold on you 10 grand.
I just did the math. So I paid. I don't care. It's okay. Viewers, I paid $2,700 for my dog. 27. I was rolling in dough. I'm broke now. 2,700 times 4. It's over 10. It's 10.8. But okay, whatever. I'll subtract another 2,700. So that's 8,100. I done tripled my income on my dog, and he only got a 12-year lifespan. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. That money could go into a Robinhood account. You know how many other dogs and I could buy 2 or 3 more of those dogs.
Do you think
my wife would be happy? She had to build
No
the bond.
chance would she be
She
happy.
got to build the bond. Same way she built the bond with this dog. She got to build the bond
She
with
would be
that.
pissed if you got rid of
She
her.
will get over it.
10 grand is not enough. Not enough.
Okay. 20
We're
grand.
going up.
20.
We're to the
So,
moon, baby. To the moon.
You know,
To the moon.
so my mark is 10.
All right, we know
10 and up.
we know. So I started low. I mean, you could have waited. You out. Pierce, don't go unrealistically high. And this is also, so maybe this would have been a precursor. You said Karina could like get there with you. Let's take that for what it is. But this is you and Isabel. What you think she would also agree on? 25 grand for Eli. How old is Eli, by the way, for the viewers?
Eli is a year and a half. We've had him for a year.
Young
So
stallion.
1 year of a bond with a dog. $25,000 to send him to
No deal.
What?
No deal.
No deal.
No.
Okay.
Oh
I'm just gonna
my.
for the sake of this, I'm gonna double up. $50K.
Now we're talking.
Oh.
I mean,
Wow.
$50K. That's a lot of
That's
money.
a lot of money.
You've been watching too many Lori McLaughlin. In the arms of the angel. My dog, he gone $10,000. Sold. I can buy another one. I can buy 2
I
of
mean,
them. 3 of them.
$50K. That's like pretty life changing.
I mean, that's-
it's like
that-
you could.
That's almost
could do a lot
That's
with
almost
that.
a mortgage on a good house.
So,
And
Eli, goodbye.
what do you think? So here's the thing.
Bye, Felicia.
And if she's listening, I think Isabel would say yes. However, she like to your face wouldn't say yeah. Like I think she would know
No
like
number.
really.
Nope.
Honestly,
I know her. She would not give him.
honestly, respect to like the loyalty. But I mean, do you think if I said 100K? Oh my goodness.
I mean, I said 50K, so he's gone. But I mean, for her, I don't know. I don't think she would give him up.
And
Period.
stuff. And for the listeners, this isn't like, hey, we're not auctioning off our pets. I'm just like really curious.
What's the number?
What for me?
Yeah, no, we're just talking. What's the number to get rid of your
Roxy.
dog?
Roxy.
I mean, I don't have a dog, so that's the tough thing.
Roxy.
Well, the thing is, dude.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So it's tough because Roxy.
How much would your parents?
Wait, who?
I don't think my parent. Honestly, I don't think even for like $1 million.
I don't either.
Even though Roxy's like I think she's coming up on 6 years old, so that's like about half life if she if she gets there. Since my sister and I moved out, I think they see Roxy as like another child. So like I do not think they would because. I don't know. I think I can't. I don't think I can actually answer the question because I've never had my own dog. Roxy's close, but she's not mine personally. It would be tough. I don't know. I'm not prepared to answer that question.
Your parents probably feeding that dog escargot and all kind of.
Nah, just normal stuff. I feed her. But
Kibble.
that does raise that question. I'm. Thank you for sharing. It's tough. I hope there's no backlash for you.
You look like
guys.
you about to cry.
Dude, I was thinking about Roxy. I was like, oh,
He really
crap,
look like
man.
about to cry.
$1 million.
I mean,
man?
I think you've all met Roxy.
Bye.
She's a great dog, man.
Great dog.
Yeah, for $1 million, you can get a new dog.
That's all I was saying.
That will be. You could $10,000 you could spend on a dog if you just got $1 million.
And as long as that dog has been baptized and accepted Jesus as their Lord and Savior, you'll see them in heaven.
Happy Easter, by the way. Happy
Resurrection
Easter.
Sunday. I love
Shout
y'all.
out Easter. Well, I gotta say that feels like an appropriate way to transition to the close of this podcast. We've really dove in. We know Kahari's music
Dovin
takes.
in? Is that a thing?
I didn't say anything.
Dove
Is that a
in.
word?
You said
Dovin.
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 We're not sponsored by Duvin.
I thought of a dove.
Dovin in.
We really dove in. I'm doving in.
Girl, I'm about to dive in.
I'm about to dove. All right. If you know anything about this friend group, you can't say anything and not get roasted. It's who we are. It's all out of love. So you know what? I'm not even mad. We really dove in.
There we go.
And I think we got into a little bit of the core of who we are. We learned a lot about our friend Kahari. I mean, can I get a round of applause if Kahari should come back on the podcast sometime soon?
Love you, Kahari.
Hey, I would like to say, I'll say this. You guys recently got a follow from me because I remember a few months ago, Grant goes, yo, we got to start a podcast with Johnny, and we got to talk about Gator football. So I was like, all right, cool. Next thing I know, they got a podcast. They done launched it. They done left out the token black dude. But it's all good. I still love y'all. That's why y'all just got to follow.
Yo, sidebar to that.
In my Drake
sidebar to that. I come football season, either fantasy and or Gator football season, maybe a joint podcast.
Come on, Dolphins, Miami Heat too.
I want to start a new one. Pierce is here for the sports. So.
I love sports.
That boy loves frisbee
so much. I can provide so much information about sports.
Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, sports.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Nalva. Hey, for those of you who thought that this was the end of the podcast, it's not, because we're actually it is the beginning of the end of the podcast. But we all thought it would be good to give just a little personal testimony of how we know Kahari. We appreciate him coming out here. Man lives in Coral Springs. He's Margate, Coral Springs, same thing.
Trying to move in with the white folks over there, you know. Gated community. Expensive HOAs and everything.
All right. We gave you the tease. Kahari said it originally, how we first met. We also said we're going to briefly do just a funny story of Kahari, and a just like a nice little sentiment of Kahari. We'll keep it quick. Start out, Kahari's mentioned that we met on a cruise. It was a spring break cruise back in the spring of 2015. And this is the first time we met just through mutual friends. And we're walking on the cruise ship, top deck, pool level. You know, Kahari and I are just, kind of introducing ourselves. He's just asking about, like, what I do. And I was just like, tell me about yourself, Kahari. And he's like, so, yeah, I live in Fort Lauderdale. And, go to First Baptist and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, cool. You like dating anybody? He's like, yeah, I got a girlfriend. She's white. And I'm just like, cool, great.
Time you tell it, it's so funny.
So am I. Like, awesome. It was just like very unprompted. Didn't expect it. It was just, I don't know. It kind of like gave me a glimpse into what the friendship with Kahari would be like. Just very unexpected humor, and we love it.
And side note, not to interrupt, but Grant had that opportunity. Well, I took that as an opportunity to have Grant do all my photos, my engagement photos, just my dating photos, my married photos. Like, he became a long life friend right after that, and definitely have been very grateful to have you in my life. So it's cool.
That's really nice.
Aww.
All of you guys.
Yeah, I mean, even to what Kahari just said, I was gonna say I would say one of the nicer moments or collection of moments I had with Kahari was I got to photograph his proposal, engagement session, wedding, but the proposal was one where I shot it and I had goosebumps during the proposal. It was perfect. I won't go into all the details, but he knows it was just so perfect. It turned out amazing, and honestly, the man has brought me a lot of business along the way.
South Florida. It's South Florida's interracial photographer, guys. If you need him, you black, she white, you white, he black. You hit up GrantStimler.com. Hit up your boy. I got you. He won't let you down.
And there it is. All right, Pierce, what do you got for us?
So, Kahari, got engaged. Grant shot the engagement photos. Johnny Jones over here, Dr. Johnny, gimme Johnny, hota.
Mm-hmm.
Was Johnny Muscles in the wedding group too?
Mm-hmm.
So both Hota and Johnny Muscles were in Kahari's wedding party. Grant happened to be the photographer for the bachelor party.
Which, by the way, who I'm going to throw you on blast. What groom requests a photographer for the bachelor party? I'll tell you what. Kahari said he wanted a cleaner version, hangover, final credits thing. So not appropriate, version, but essentially just I want to be able to relive some moments of my bachelor party. Continue, Pierce.
So I also got invited. And so it's Saturday. Come down to Miami where he's having his bachelor party. We, do the whole bachelor shenanigans. And, I mean, it's getting late. We're in Miami Beach. It's probably, because all the people sitting here were here. So, including Johnny Muscles is not here tonight. But it's getting like 2 a.m.
Yep.
I mean, it's late. And we decide we're going to get butt tats. And of all things, we get the state of Florida.
Yeah.
So
where we met, baby.
Yeah. There you go.
Not the Keys.
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
So we go to this tattoo shop in Miami Beach at like 2, 3 in the morning. And we tell this guy, there's like, 6 or 7 guys that we're just like, we want tattoos on our butt. He goes, say no more. And he's it's just unreal that this happened because his name was literally Tat Tat Dad Ass.
Oh my gosh.
What was his name? Ariel?
His name was Angel.
Angel.
But his that what Pierce just said, that was his Instagram handle.
That was his Instagram.
I mean, honestly,
tats, tat that ass.
I mean, honestly, look him up.
I kid you not.
He did a good job.
We say we want the state of Florida on our butt, and within not even skipping a beat, he goes, "You want the keys?" Like not even skipping a beat. He like
Lake Okeechobee.
Like yeah. And then he goes, "What about Lake Okeechobee?" We're like, "Nah, just the
Spoiler
outline."
alert: we didn't get the keys.
I mean, like, did not even skip a beat, like he has done the state of Florida many times.
Oh
on the
my
butt.
gosh, it hurt on the panhandle. Jesus.
So I think, Kahari, that was both a fun memory and a fond memory because it's not something I'm ever going to be able to forget because it's on me permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you wipe, you'll never forget.
It's on my butt forever.
There you
So
go.
I mean, that was a bonding moment because I wasn't even in your wedding party, but you thought of me and invited me.
Of course.
I think I was the only other person besides Grant to be invited that wasn't in the wedding party. So that did mean a lot. So I appreciate that. Now
You're
I have
an honorary
I'm branded.
member, baby.
Mhm.
I'm branded for life.
You are.
Yeah.
Florida.
Dr. Gimme.
Yeah, I got 2. I have a just a short, funny one, and then one that means a little more to me. The funny one is Kahari, at least in I would say our friend group, is known to say some funny stuff, say some things some funny ways, and so
I already know where this is going.
Kahari. This was when I was in med school at the time. Kahari's like, he's like, Johnny, you're in med school right now, right? I'm like, yeah, Kahari. He's like, so you use the stethoscope? You use your telethoscope? I'm like, well, my what? My stethoscope?
Oh my god.
It's like, oh yeah. And then he asked me, he's like, what's your alma mater?
You're what?
Your alma mater. I was like, what?
What were you trying to say?
alma
Kahari?
mater?
Alma mater.
Alma mater.
Those are probably my top 2 favorite quotes.
Automora.
My second story, I would say, so I think few.
Sorry, that one is just that killed me.
Yeah,
Wow.
Armar. I said, Johnny, what's your armar? I said it fast, hoping he wouldn't catch me trying to say alma mater. Johnny, what's your armar?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I just had to
Go ahead.
interject there.
I would say, so my second one is, so Kahari and I, just a backstory to this. I think few people know me better than you do. So it's like my wife obviously knows me the best. And then, there's our core like friends. You probably know me. We've been getting beers, just hanging out, talking about life since, I don't know, since as long as I can remember.
Since we're legal. of
Since
age.
you were,
Since we were
since you
legal.
were, since you were
Yeah,
21,
whoa.
21 years
Come on,
old.
come on.
But like you
21,
know me,
21.
you know me better than like most people. But so one of the things that we do as a way to bond is we go to Heat games every year, and we watch Heat games. We just hang
Live.
out. So my favorite like Heat game memory is it was a random like Wednesday night. We were both super busy with work, just trying to make things work to go see this Heat game because the Warriors were coming to play the Heat, and it was during Dwayne Wade's last season. And the stars aligned. We got the tickets. Kahari had the hookup at the time with someone who was like family of Klay Thompson.
Crazy.
So we got amazing seats.
Crazy.
And Dwayne Wade hit the game-winning shot. Like one
That's
that
pretty awesome.
is like in his highlights that we'll always
It was
remember.
an ugly shot too. It wasn't
yeah.
like a nice, pretty 3-point.
That was the one where he stood up on the.
And he
on the
stood up
thing.
like he did
On
when
the
he was
table.
It's like, this is my house,
This is
right?
my house.
Dang.
That's
epic.
What
that's
happened
like
at
all
the end though,
time.
Johnny? After Dwayne hit that
So
shot,
So then, like Kahari he had a hookup. Like this was a family of Klay Thompson. So we met Klay Thompson at the end of the game, and so we're both in like Dwayne Wade like Heat gear, and Klay Thompson had an amazing game, but they lost to a game winner. So Klay Thompson looked at Kahari and he's like, "All right, man, that's some bomb gear you got there." He was so mad.
shout out Klay Thompson.
Honestly, that's a really great memory.
That was a
awesome.
fun time.
All that to say, Kahari, we love you.
Love you,
You
Kahari.
got to come back on the podcast
Love y'all boys
soon.
too. Have
Thanks
honey,
for
have your boy
coming
honey
on.
mustard on there again, please.
You are the
Thanks
honey
for
mustard
coming
to
on.
our mayo, bro.
Honey
There you
mustard
go.
to that mayo.
Once again, thank you for listening to the Gimme That podcast. The Gimme That podcast is brought to you by Henry Nash Watches. Use promo code GimmeThat40 for 40% off your entire purchase. You don't want to leave your wrist naked. Make sure you get a watch. You look like me and Johnny Contini. And who wouldn't want that, right? Also, the Gimme That podcast, this episode was brought to you by Gain Dog Brewing Co. Thank you to Pierce for brewing his own beer. It was absolutely delicious. We hope to have more in the future, and we'll see you next time.